Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and like always, I'm Brian. So right next to me I have a device, and let's say you're a Pokemon Go player, someone who travels a lot, or you just really don't like your phone dying. This is something you might want to look into. It's a high capacity portable battery, and I'm going to be reviewing it and unboxing it, Janley style. So the idea behind this video is that Pokemon Go has become one of the biggest crazes right now. And so people are having issues, obviously their phones are dying. So there's two things you could do with this. You can use it for yourself and play Pokemon Go for an extended amount of hours without ever having to plug in your phone in like a wall or something like that, or your phone dying and having to take a break. The second thing you could possibly do is take it with you, and when other Pokemon Go players have problems, charge them to charge their phones. I didn't say that though, because that would probably be morally wrong or something, or just a really great way to make extra cash. That being said, this is also great for if you're traveling, or if you have a family and you want to charge everyone's phones at once, or if you just have irresponsible friends. You can plug in 3 phones, 3 anything devices that charge USB, and it has a very high capacity. So like I said, Pokemon Go. So that's actually how I'm going to be testing it. I have an HTC One, and this thing eats battery. It's got a fairly large battery for its size. It's supposed to last 7 to 10 hours, but when I play this game, I'm lucky if I get 2.5 or 3 hours of play when I'm out with my son, or, playing it by myself, because I'm an adult, and I can do what I want. Anyway, so the idea is I'm going to test this out with my family, see if we can kill it, and really give you guys an idea of how well this high-capacity battery works. Starting off with the outside of the box, we've got the capacity of the battery. It has 1 watt LED flashlight, which you can see here in the diagram, 3 outputs, which it says right there, and you can see basically what the product looks like. There's an icon for the flashlight right there, and there's the website that you can go to see more of their products. It's www.iectechnology.com. It says it's an external battery pack, and then on the back, product features: powerful, charge more mobile phone devices repeatedly, dominant matte material for non-slip purposes. Okay. You can buy it with confidence because there's a 12-month warranty, 100% satisfaction guaranteed. There's also warnings: do not dismantle or crush the battery. Be sure to store it in a cold, dry place. Keep the battery away from fires and moisture. Never touch the battery terminals with metal objects. So let's see. Battery will explode if it gets hot or wet. Battery will explode if it gets hot or wet. And don't jam shiny things into it because you will shock yourself. Okay, sounds good. And then on this side, it's just got a QC code to probably go to the company or see the product. And then there's contact information as well. And there's nothing on the other side because it's just a brown box. So let's open it up and see what we have inside. Alright, so here's what we have. We have 1 USB micro B type, I think. Basically your standard Android charger at this point. And then the battery, which is fairly hefty. And an instructions manual, which I rarely ever read these, and there's tons of languages. Basically plug the thing in, charge it. We'll go over all this stuff. It's pretty straightforward, and then nothing down below. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and get it out of the package. That was actually pretty easy. I'm going to go ahead and say that this is the DC in where you charge it at. We got the flashlight and the ports. So let's see what we got here. Power. This thing came with what looks like... Oh, the battery has low, medium, and SOS. The flashlight has low, medium, and SOS. Sorry if I just blinded everybody there. And it actually came with 3 dots of power, or 3 whatever. The battery's 75% full, let's just say that. Pretty good outside. There's the stats right there. It's a power bank, model number, whatever, inputs, DC 5 volts, 2 amps max, for iPhones, Samsung tablets, iPad 2s. So there's the maximum output. So don't put anything bigger if you have a bigger device, I guess. And then the capacity is 22,400 milliamps of power, 3.7 volts, and 82 watt hours, I think is what that stands for. And then things in Chinese. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and I'll just plug this in right here, see what happens, and that is what it looks like while it's charging. Alright, cool. It did like a full battery check and now it's charging. I like it. Now we have for the real test. So I went and got my phone. I'm going to plug it into one of these slots, and I'm going to hit the power button, I guess. It does not look like it will charge while it is charging, so you can't daisy chain it. Let's try unplugging it. Yep, turned right on. There you go. Boom, charging. So, just like other batteries, you cannot daisy chain it. That is good to know. I went ahead and I changed the angle on this to give you guys a better view of one of these features. So basically, as soon as you plug your phone in to this battery, it recognizes the phone and it automatically starts charging the battery. So basically that means if you got it in your pocket and you're out playing Pokemon or something, you just plug it in and you don't have to worry about trying to find this button in the middle of your pocket or having to pull it out. You just leave it in your pocket, leave it in your backpack, and just plug in the cord and go. It's awesome. If you look closely enough, if you look right here, it says iPhone, Samsung tablet, and iPad. And what that really means is that this is set up for 1 amp, and these are both set up for 2.1 amps. But the device itself, if you plug a phone into either of these, it will auto-recognize that it is a phone, and it will it'll lower the amperage so that it doesn't overvolt your phone. So it is a smart charging bay. Fresh out of the box, I really only noticed like 2 things wrong. The first one being this incredibly short charging cable. Yeah, if you're an iPod user, or if you're an iDevice user, I would recommend going out and buying like at least a 3-foot long Android cable, so that when I charge the thing, I basically have to leave it sitting on the ground because it's not long enough to sit on a table or anything. So this is kind of silly. I don't understand why the cable is so short. Anyway, the other thing that I found was the weight of the product. It's advertised as 462 grams, which is just shy of a pound. But when I weighed it just to be sure, it said it weighed 472 grams, which is actually just slightly over a pound. It's like a pound and 0.7 ounces. So I'm not sure if that's a huge deal breaker for you guys, but if you're out playing Pokemon Go or something like that, having something with a little bit of extra weight weighing you down while you're walking around may be a downer, especially if you're trying to hatch some eggs and going for that 10K. That's just extra chafing and weight you don't really need. Now the entire purpose for this device was for Pokemon Go, so let me talk about how the test went down. So it's got 3 ports. Me, my wife, and my son all went out to play Pokemon Go. I have an HTC One, the wife has a 6 Plus, and we let my son use an old i5. So there's the 3 phones. Now my phone is, it's a 2800 milliamp battery. So basically this thing right here could fill my phone close to 5 times. The iPhone 6 Plus is a 93 milliamp battery, and the 5 is a 1400 milliamp battery. So we're pushing almost, we're over 6,000 milliamps with just one go, basically. So when that breaks down to, we're just over 3 fills with our phones. So when we went out, my wife had her 6 Plus, which was at 7% battery. Yeah, she lives under 15. She's one of those live dangerously kind of people. Mine was at 40%, and my son's phone was at 30%. So plugged everything in. We went out. We went and played probably close to 2.5 hours, almost 3. Came home, I let the phones continue to charge until they were all at 100%. And when it was all said and done, I'm not sure if you can see, we still have 1 battery left. So we're somewhere between 0 and 25%. So not only did this thing sustain 3 phones, which suck power playing Pokemon Go, it also filled them all the way up when we were done playing, and it still has battery juice left over. Like I said, after the whole Pokemon test, there's about 25% left on the battery, so I decided that I would try and deplete it as much as possible. And actually refilled my phone a whole 1.5 more times, so that's pretty decent. I'd say it's probably around the 10% range after all the play. Once it gets down to, I'd say, about 1% or less, the light actually starts blinking to let you know it's about to die, which is kind of good. It gives you a warning when you're about to run out of power. After the battery was completely depleted, I went ahead and I charged it. The downside is it takes about 22 hours to fully recharge. So good and bad, plan ahead when you're going on your adventures so that you make sure you have plenty of time to charge this before you go out. When I purchased this product, it was about $20. In fact, I think I paid $19.99 in free shipping since I have Amazon Prime. Right now, it is $32.99. And it averages around $40. So keep your eye out for the price drop. I think 10 to 12 milliamps usually cost around $20, so I think it's still a better bang for your buck. And like I said, you can carry around this big battery, so you probably have about 9 hours of Pokemon play, or if you just want to have a big old battery so you keep your squad fully charged, that's good too. I really enjoyed this product, and I'm probably going to be using it as my primary battery source and letting my wife have my old Jack and the Giant, just so that she has something for herself. Really, the only complaint I have about this product is, like I said, it takes about 22 hours to recharge, which I guess is an acceptable charge time since the battery is fairly large in and of itself. The extra 10 grams of weight doesn't really bother me any. I just wanted you guys to know about it. So yeah, that was it. It's a great product. Check it out on Amazon. I'll be sure to put a link in the description. And this was, review of this high capacity, free output battery bank for your cellular devices for Pokemon Go. Done Shanley style.